Real Talk TV is on the air.
Good evening and welcome to a powerful edition of the Community Defender Talk Show. I'm going to be your host, Sister Khadijah, along with Mr. Kevin. And of course, our topic is corruption in the 16 JDC. The 16 JDC is actually located out in Iberia Parish. We have several parishes that coincide with being the 16 JDC. We are here to talk about different instances that have gone on in Iberia Parish for years and years and years. And what we're trying to show, the systematic racist corruption that have gone on into the 16 JDC. Now, when you look at corruption is the act of corrupting or the state of being corrupt. Corrupt or dishonest proceedings. You have bribery. You have any corruption that influences our agency. Now, when government entities, especially the police, act without integrity, without regards for people's rights, they lose credibility and legitimacy in the eyes of the people. Some of the best criminals work in law enforcement, and our fate lies in their hands. So do you think that some cops really break the law? We know they do, and often. This is a live segment. You can call us at 337-366-8950. And we're going to go ahead and just start breaking down the history that has been going on in Iberia Parish. We're going to go ahead and start with Sheriff Alcom. Kevin, you live in Iberia Parish. What would you were one that helped started the recall in Iberia Parish, and also one of the main front runners when it came down to exposing the corruption in Iberia Parish.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody that came out to help with the recall.
Oh, yes.
We fell short, I'm going to say about 4,000.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was too scared to do it because of the corruption that they was getting while doing it. Mm-hmm. But we had Asians, we had blacks, Latinos,
yes.
Everybody, people, not a race, people coming together to get one bad man out. Now, elected officials wouldn't even come out and represent or say what was wrong or right. And these are the people that we didn't put in office, who are supposed to be fighting for us.
Yes. And what Kevin is trying to say or has said is that this is something that has been going on for quite some time, and we are residents of Iberia Parish, Lurville, you name it, and this is our home. And if you don't talk about what's good and what's bad in your home, something is definitely wrong with that. Being that we love being from Louisiana, it's up to good citizens like us to expose our dirty laundry. And of course, we have done just that. You have, I have like a bag of newspaper articles that's going back and forth with years and years of things that they have done. When I say they, the people that was in power, the sheriffs, all of what they had done while being in that office. Now, trust me, Kevin, they couldn't succeed the way they have succeeded if indeed it was not for the constant, it's okay what you've done, it's okay what you've done. Right. The millions and millions of lawsuits that
we as taxpayer citizens have to pay for this. And the thing that people don't understand, no matter how you look at it, it affects everybody.
Yes.
Not just the blacks, the whites. You're paying extra tax because of these lawsuits that they're selling under the court system. And we the one got to pay for it, not them. But as long as they can keep us separated and going against each other, they love it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Can you hold a second? Caller, you have a question or a comment?
Yes, Kevin, you're so right about that, okay?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can hear you good.
All right, my love. I'd like to say good evening to my good old friend, Kadisha, Joe Amigo Gloss. We work together every 4 years or every election.
Yeah.
How you doing, Kadisha?
All right, and yourself, my brother.
All right, my love. And Kevin,
Yes.
dynamic, understanding about where we at over here. Corruption in the 16th Judicial Court, right?
Right, and it's not just a black thing. It's about Asian, white. If you poor, you considered in that I would call the in bucket. You know, they make the money off the poor, but let them still give the rich all the breaks. Or somebody you know rich can get you a favor done, and that needs to stop because we, the people of Iberia Parish, puts them in office. And I refuse to call it New Iberia because they're still doing the same old things. So why call a town new if you're still doing the same old things?
Well, you know how the Republicans are. They adapted to old Trump there, but she's not going to last. Make America great again and make you Iberia great again.
Yeah.
That's a laugh, you know?
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow, man. I tell you, you guys got a dynamic show tonight.
Yes.
And I love you for it. Keep it up.
Yes,
You know, and good to see some homegrown community defender.
Yes.
Because I love Brother Darren. You know, I lived in Baton Rouge. And
Yes.
Yeah.
when I told him, he knows about me. But listen, God bless y'all. Keep it up, okay?
Yes.
I hope to see y'all back on the show again, Kadisha and Kevin.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much. And you.
All right.
Okay, all right. Yes. And yes indeed, and you definitely will because bye-bye, thank you. Because like we definitely have to give an update of all of what's been going on. And we do know that from the police officers, there were about 11 or 12 police officers that pleaded guilty to having the go-ahead to go into the black community and beat up people, to kill people, and
And Alco was the commander-in-chief who gave these orders.
Yes.
Gave them to these guys.
Yes.
Now he playing like he didn't know what they was doing, but these guys admitted to FBI's.
Right.
I had word for word what he told them to do on the west end side. And when they started moving closer to the other side, that's when stuff started coming to corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Because they started beating the wrong people, started doing things to the wrong people. But we as the people got to come together and realize that we got to stop this. We put them in office and we didn't just sit there and not say nothing, we part of it.
Yes. Yes, we really are. And we've shown graphic pictures of some of the killings that have happened in Iberia Parish, and I was getting ready to show some more. I just was hoping that if there are any kids that's available that's watching this segment, that they would go ahead and either put the kids in another room. But you have numerous of killings, and we have numerous of pictures. Right here you have Mr. Michael Jones, who was beaten up by the
Bayou Boys wrestling team, the
Yes.
warden, where they made warden after they killed him.
Yes.
Warden and assistant warden. They was the two that first started the case on Alco.
Yes.
Because he was fired later on for a new warden. So he didn't like the idea of that, so he turned state on it.
Yes. He did turn state on it. And also you have numerous of incidents, whereas in Lewis Alco Sheriff of Iberia Parish, and this was like the Walter Jones estate, but out of the 1 week trial, the attorney the attorney was awarded $61,000.
Correct.
$61,000 for the death of Mr. Jones. That is so horrific.
Mr. Jones didn't have family and he was illiterate. So I mean, you can like I always tell people, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. and the little bit money that they're giving you to hush and stuff, and you still not saying what you're supposed to, then you at fault for all of this.
Well, yes. The family didn't know too much about what they could do and everything. And I wanted to show this picture right up in here. This is a picture of a young man that was beaten by Iberia Parish Sheriff Department. This is another picture of the way that they stopped him and they billy clubbed him. And not only that, but they sicked the dog at him and caused him all kind of trauma and abuse. And you go and you say, well, I would like to check on this report. We don't know that happened. Yeah, we don't have a record of it. And that's why we're saying when we're talking about corruption, it doesn't just start with the sheriff. I mean, you got the whole gamut that's in there. So Kevin, when you spoke about, we know about the people that had testified on behalf of Sheriff Ackle. Now, I seen that Lieutenant Richard Snake Landry, he got promoted to...
Yeah, after the case was won, he got promoted. And the thing that get me, it takes 3 blacks against 16 whites who turned state, who gave specific orders from Ackle to do this to these people, and it take 3 black in Shreveport. This happened in New Iberia, not Shreveport.
Well,
the venue was moved to Shreveport, knowing that Shreveport have a big hatred sign for anything against the law.
Yes. Well, Ted Hike, Judge Hike, rather.
Retired Judge Hike.
Judge Hike came out of
his
retirement.
cousin Ackle got him to represent to get the venue turned.
Right.
And once the venue got turned, he done his job, and Ackle was on his own.
Yes.
And this case here, I never saw that 16 people, all white, who worked for the man, turned against it.
That's right.
And it took 3 blacks to lie and say one was his childhood friend. Even the NAACP, the lady know why she did this. But the thing that get me, why would you put NAACP with this race matter? I mean, this was wrong for you to do. That's why NAACP don't have that much members now. Because back in the day, NAACP was to help people, not to hurt them. And she let this monster go right back on the street.
Mm. Yes, indeed. And Kevin, we have another caller. Caller, you have a question or a comment for Mr. Kevin or myself?
Good evening to you, Sister Khadijah, and good evening, Mr. Kevin. Look, man, I definitely appreciate you guys putting your neck on the line and coming forward with the truth. And you know what? That's the right subject matter. That's the right topic. Corruption in the 16 JDC. Mr. Kevin, where do we start? I mean, you got a longer list of things. If you just Google Iberia Parish, you would find so many different articles on corruption and racism that it deals with law enforcement and the court system for a long, long time. Look, my thing is this, to wonder why the politicians are so silent. Why the silence is so definite you could hear a pin drop. Let's go back, Sister Khadijah, to the people that still employed in Iberia Parish Sheriff, his chief of deputies, Hazelwood.
Oh.
His son charged was working hand in hand with the 16 JDC investigating crimes, and also he was on the DEA task force. Now, anybody who's listening out there, and you know the DEA has a lot of power.
Yes.
And what he was doing, he was using his computer, using the federal access computer to access information for his bail bondman business. So these people got all types of games running on poor people. They got bail bond business, making money. Some people might be happy where that's helping them out. But you cannot use federal government computers to access information for your private business. And then you're still working hand in hand with law enforcement. No wonder there's so much corruption in Iberia Parish. And so this does not stop. His father works for Sheriff Ackle. All of these people are corrupt and have been consistently corrupt. Now, if you look at the New York Times article, and I urge line. They got Victor White, but it's
Yeah.
bigger than Mr. White. It
Yes.
goes into the history of law enforcement. It goes back to Sheriff Davis. Y'all remember the sugar cane?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It goes back to Sheriff Romero, which a lot of people like Sheriff. I'm kind of was a fan of him, but he resigned at the time when he had people in that chair that tortured people. Nothing had changed in our Jersey parish, and this is what we're trying to urge our people to start getting involved. The politicians not speaking out; they all went quiet. Brother Kevin, there was just a whole group of new politicians elected in Dwight-Burry. Not one came out and said a damn thing about what went on in Dwight-Burry. You got that many high-ranking officers alleging all of these crimes. And I urge the people of our Jersey parish to consider getting a class action lawsuit against this law enforcement entity in our Jersey parish. The sheriff department, this parish, the mayor of Dwight-Burry, she's culpable. The parish president, he's culpable because they do all these things were going on. They let black citizens and poor people in our Jersey parish get abused by these people for a long, long time. We cannot let this go just because Trump is in office. We got to keep on pushing forward. So, like I said, Brother Kevin, I'd like to get your opinion by these politicians, these state representatives who know from our Jersey parish who never seen a damn thing about his own home district, calling for other people to resign, but not talk for other cases around the state, but not addressing his issues. For all of these city councilmen who are concerned about everything, but not concerned about the corruption in our Jersey parish. This is a travesty that we could elect these people who don't give a damn about the people who are being abused. So I'm sorry I was so passionate, Brother Kevin.
No, hey, you said it that way it was supposed to go.
Thank you so much.
But the thing about New Iberia, they keep saying, let's make the town grow. But if the people don't grow, how the town grows?
Yes. Yes.
If we doing everything for the town and not the people is what makes the town. I mean, we got to come together. It doesn't matter about a color. It's about right and wrong. Right and wrong. The 16th has been doing this for the longest.
Yes.
It's
yes.
like they get in office and they make a secret agreement. We won't go against each other. It's about ethics.
Yeah.
Well, I thought ethics was right and wrong. Right and wrong. I mean, I'm a barber. And if I see a barber messing somebody up, I will report the barber, point blank. That's the ethics code to me, right and wrong. Because if you making one bad move as a barber, you're making me look bad as one. So we got to come together. It's not about who this and who that and who you. No, it's about us. We put these people in there, but they enjoying the wealth while we get the crumbs and the scraps and keeping us separated with race. This is what they're doing right now, reverse racism. We fighting each other.
Now, also, the mayor, the one that just left from the office, God dog,
No, you're talking about Miss Hilda.
Okay, Hilda,
Yeah.
Mayor Hilda. We went to Hilda Curry. You know, a couple of times asking to get on the agenda so that we could
Refused.
speak to the council about what's going on in Iberia Parish, because evidently they supposed to represent us, and in actuality they don't. But you had to go before her secretary. Now the secretary tells me that she's the only one that could approve what's going to be on the agenda. Well, I would like to talk about the police issue, police brutality here in our community. Well, Miss Hilda is not going to be talking about that. I say, why not? Because that's not her department. Well, who department is it? Then you go to the parish to put your name down.
For Mr. Richard, Larry.
Well, I never tried to.
I tried several times.
Oh.
He has no but I met him at the churches, getting some chicken on sale. But the thing that get me is he had to say, "They call my office." No, I call your office, man. I mean, I'm talking to you now. What you gonna do about it? You the parish president. We elected you. We fought. I campaigned for you. And like I told him, if you wouldn't do nothing, hey, I was gonna be against you. And I mean that because my vote does count. And if you're not representing the people like you're supposed to, I'm gonna let people know that. And today's people, we feel we can't go against the system who's corrupt. Where they always telling us how corrupt we are when we think different from them. But our thinking is what helped them get in office.
Yes, and the caller had, you're correct, Kevin. And the caller had mentioned what Hazelwood had done. Now you have Hazelwood Senior and you have Hazelwood Junior. Now Hazelwood Junior, that's the one that
First started with the narcotics back in the day.
right,
And
and
was
he
stealing money and doing everything he could, and he got a pass.
and he got a pass. He also was he weighed like maybe about 290 pounds. That was the same Chad Hazelwood that went to the wrong address with Deshauna Mallory, who was 17 at that particular
Correct.
time, and
cost us as taxpayers lots of money.
That's
because
right.
They had to pay them off.
That's a pain. Well, what had happened is that he went to serve a search warrant, and it wasn't the one that.
No, there wasn't no search warrant. He made up one
Okay.
just to go there.
Okay, to go there, but it was it wasn't, nobody lived there, so Deshauna stated, well, let me call my mama, and she closed the door. You know, you're a stranger, anybody could come up with a badge, just like we had this Lafayette police officer who raped women for years and years and years, and he had a badge, so she was right to say, well, let me call my mama. Why did she do that? When she closed the door and was trying to dial her mama, he pushed the door open and he body slammed the child, a grown man. Body slammed a young child.
But he was a grown man with a child mind because his dad was a state trooper. When
Yes.
you got that kind of credential behind you, can do any and everything.
Right.
The thing that gets me with our people is we can't stick together for the right thing. This is bigger than black and white. It's about right and wrong. Because when they're going to run out of us people to do all this too, y'all next. And if y'all next to our neighborhood, y'all considered us.
And when we say it's corruption, it's a systematic corruption. When you look at the blacks who had passed the civil service exam and they was not hired, and you have blacks like Keith A. Provost, he made a 95, but y'all wouldn't hire him. You have another one, let's see, who made a 96, but would not get hired.
Because they were too smart for the job. They wouldn't just take anything they would throw at them.
Right.
When you're too smart, they don't want you. They want somebody that can follow. They don't want no
Right.
leaders.
Right.
And that's the biggest problem with us today. Still today, after ACO's officers admitted to doing what they done to black folk on the West End, he haven't even came and set up a meeting to say, look, I apologize for my officers. If you wasn't wrong for telling them what you did. The mayor, the new one, the one that Hilda helped get in,
Yeah.
still haven't came and apologized for the sheriff department, our taxpayers paying. He heard all this here, and it's like it go out the window because this was black section, but we make the party, we make the judge system. Because without us going to court, there is no court.
That's right.
Because everybody that's white or got somebody with pull, they get not to be in court.
Yeah. And when you go to the court, when you go in the court system, you could tell who's in charge, who's everybody that's they just get out of high school, they got them a job. They just get out of high school. Well, how could you get a job when I know they have people that have been trying to get
Well,
this
daddy
particular
already
job?
held that
Yeah.
spot from my uncle or auntie, know somebody that was hired.
Yeah.
And that's the way it goes. And if we trying to change, we got to change the people in the system. That's
Yes.
the only way we're going to come together as a town and grow like New Iberia want us to grow. So you can be called New Iberia. Start doing new things.
Yes, this is a live segment. I'm Sister Khadijah, and of course you have Mr. Kevin. And the telephone number is 337-366-8950. We are talking about corruption in the 16 JDC, and we're talking about our community, New Iberia, and who better than those that are from that area, that live in that area, that can talk about it, because I want to be able to go other places and say, well, yeah, we did try to do what we can do when it came down to making things better in Iberia Parish. You take like with the Sugarcane Festival, you know, at one time they had brown sugar. You know, it was the blacks that had started the Sugarcane Festival.
Well, it's not a sugarcane festival. It's
I
a
mean-
tractor and trailer with a festival for the queens and kings of white Berea Parish. I mean, that's the thing that gets me. It takes black farmers, white farmers, Latino farmers, all of us together.
Yes.
I mean, if you can't put us together, separate and give each a class.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. You finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Carly, you have a question or a comment?
I have a question. I was listening to your show. You're having a great show this evening. I have a question. I noticed Sheriff Ackle had lunch with the president of the NAACP.
Correct.
What happened to that whole situation?
That was a stunt to me to buy the jurors, to let them know he's eating lunch and having a brothel with the black NAACP. That means he's not racist, but she doesn't represent us. And the thing is, that's why the numbers are so low today behind NAACP, because they get sold out.
Yeah.
They give them a piece of bread and they're happy with it. Well, how about get the loaf? And then you can share with your community, just like all our council members that we do put in there. And I got to give credit to one council member, Shadu Lewis. You know, a lot of people didn't like him, but he was fair. But he was going against the wrong people. Yeah. And once you go against the wrong people in the code of ethics that they always use, everybody goes against you to get you out of there.
It's not a code of ethics, Kevin. It's a code of corruption.
Well, I call it ethics because that's what they always tell. Oh, that's against the ethics. Mm-hmm. No, it's right and wrong. Ethics is right and wrong to me.
Yeah. If
somebody doing something wrong, say they're doing something wrong. Don't overlook and say, well, this is what he. No. Say what he did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, you guys, for answering that question for me.
Yeah. Yes. And Shadu Lewis. Yes, he did come out. He did try to do the best that he could possibly do, and also Ms. Peggy Jurek, she had came out a couple of times trying to say that this is what's going on. This is how this been going on. So.
But you can do more than just say what's going on. I know you put some family member in office and all that to represent the legacy of the family, but put some people who willing to do what the people voted them in there to do. Not be afraid to say the truth. If you see wrong, say it's wrong. If you see right, say it's right. Stop overlooking the situation because they got something on you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and of course, this is a live segment. I'm Sister Khadijah, and you have Mr. Kevin, and we're talking about corruption in the 16 JDC. Now, we also, when we talk about the corruption, we don't just mean something that just happened yesterday. It goes back years and years and years. And right up in here with one of this article, you have where there was a probe by the Liberia Police Department that leads to the firing and demotion of Captain Temple and Sergeant Temple right here. And what she was saying is that if indeed you go against the norm in the civil service suit, well, they make up allegations on you, they do all kind of things. So it just goes to show you that it's coming up from the top and it's just trickling down to the bottom.
Well, they always try to find something in your past to scare you. Like, we'll tell people you did this. We tell people, okay, tell them, this is my past. I'm trying to get to my future, and if I can't get to my future with you trying to block me with my past, then I'm wrong for believing what you can so say do me. I do it to myself, not you.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it's perplexed from people from around the world that knows that Sheriff Ackle was able to get away scot-free while in the courthouse, spitting in his cup, disrespecting the courts by spitting in his cup, because that's like smoking. When we go in the courthouse,
he knew nothing was going to happen to him.
Right.
His cousin, Mr. Hike, the retired judge, had his back. I mean, this man already knew he wouldn't go on FaceTime. He said a statement. It'll be a cold day in hell before he go to jail.
Yeah, he sure did say that.
Even with 16 of his people turning state on it, saying everything he said, and you're going to still tell me nothing could be done? Couldn't get charged with something?
Yes, you're right. Because had that been you or I.
Oh, I was gone the first moment somebody thought that was me. So, I mean, that's the thing that gets me. We humans just like them, but being that they work for the system, they get a pass.
Yes.
Because their job is so hard to see the truth and everything. No, it's not. Don't take the job if you can't handle it.
Right, right. And if you and then when you do take the job, show some type of integrity.
And respect for the people who put you in that fight. We behind you.
Right.
But don't make us fight and then you hide. No, that don't work.
And of course we have like a briefcase full of newspaper articles with what Iberia Parish has done. And of course, right up in here, we have several articles concerning the New Iberia Police Department history of discrimination, of the black community. And it just goes on to explain to you that this is what they done, this is what they would do. And I remember years ago, that was under Chief Davis, on the blackboard, they had that Cool Breeze funeral. It's happening. Right now we are waiting to clear the check. I'm trying to find that paper, that article. We're waiting for the check to clear. This is at the police station on their blackboard and everything. I got the article right here. I just can't find it. But we want people to call in. The number is 337-366-8950. This program will be broadcast worldwide also. We're going to put it on YouTube, Facebook, and we just want you to know that you have people that are really concerned about our community. It's up to us to stand tall. It's up to us to speak out. And not be afraid.
Not be afraid. The stories you hear on the news about black on black, yes, some of it is true, but not all black are that violent. When you have no education, no knowledge, no parent to show you better. When you're gonna go, it's like almost raising a dog. You show him what to do, he gonna do it right. You show a dog how to be ignorant, mean, he gonna do the same thing. It's a human being. Same. We don't have role models in our neighborhood because once one become a role model, they start to sell out to the public of the wrong people. But the thing is, we need to be those role models. We don't need nobody famous, nobody in politics or nothing. We as the neighborhood need to tell what we see.
Right.
And we're so afraid of each other till it don't even make sense. We hear a story we'll pass by each other and won't even ask them, was that true? Well, tell me get the second side of the story.
Yeah. Yes indeed. And of course, if you keep quiet about corruption and things that's going on in your community, if you keep quiet about it, then
It's gonna hit somebody close to you.
right. And not only that, but you're showing some type of acceptance. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. No, you need to say
Speak
something.
out.
You have
Speak
to
out.
speak out.
If you see your neighbors getting disrespected, get in there and let the child or whoever disrespecting, let them know that they're doing wrong, because they don't know better. They haven't been taught better.
And when we would go into the different neighborhoods with the recall, Kevin, when we would go there, it's like about every third person had something to say
about
about what happened.
But was afraid they would start whispering, like somebody was taping them or something. Like, say what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But they so afraid. And as long as they keep us afraid, they done our job.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping us scared of them. And they more scared of us than anything.
Right. Now, we also had attended a meeting at Sheriff Ackel's office on the first floor. When they go and they put their meetings like in the newspaper in a little.
Yeah, the day before.
The day before in a little
Make
small
sure
print.
because nobody buys the paper anymore, because the paper doesn't represent all of the town.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they edit everything that's being done wrong and try to make it like it's their fault that it's being done back there wrong. But the thing with the New Iberia paper is that they're edited by the mayor, the parish president. Everybody got to read something before they can even put it in the paper to make sure it's all right for them to say what they just said. Which right is right. If they did something wrong, put it in the paper. Stop covering stuff that you want people to see. Show them everything.
Yes, and at this meeting, It was like maybe about 12.
12
Caucasian-
white guys, a round table.
Yeah, round table.
No diversion, no nothing. It was
No
just
nothing.
Akko, the
And-
leader,
and
who was
his-
giving them his order. They couldn't
Yeah.
make an opinion. They couldn't say nothing. Even his lawyer couldn't say nothing.
Right.
We bust up in there, and we was looked at like, what you doing at this meeting?
Right. What are you doing here at this meeting?
And then one of our people started asking him questions. He broke down and
Ooh.
started cussing. And I looked around to see if anybody was going to tell the sheriff he was doing something wrong.
Right.
Nobody said nothing.
No, but his lawyer was like patting
Keep on
him.
patting him, and he moved his lawyer hand like he said, "You work for me. I don't work for you."
Right.
And went on, started cussing, and closed the meeting.
That's right. And what he had is that the meeting was so that he
Raising property tax
Right.
for all the lawsuits he had created, so we can pay for it, not
That's
him.
right. Not him.
But he was going to pass that tax on us, and we was going to pay his debt.
That's right. That's right. And when the gentleman was asking a question, well, this and that, well, maybe if you wouldn't have all of these lawsuits going against you, you wouldn't have to be asking the people of Iberia Parish to approve so many millions of dollars.
Lots of it, and lots more going to come, because New Iberia don't know the money that they spending behind the sheriff department. And they always talking about, we can't afford this, we can't afford that. Well, go back to the lawsuits. You can afford a lot if we can cut all of them out.
Yeah. And when you look at one side of the park on the west end, and you look at the other side of the park, I mean that Weston has been in existence for over 30 years. Got the same toilet, little miniature, little small ass toilet. Got the
Right.
same toilet.
Right.
You go over there on the other side. You got nice affordable toilets and stuff. You got nice playthings. They closed the pool. They closed the pool down, and from what I understand, since so many blacks going on their side to do the pool, they done start doing all kind of
Renewing stuff.
right.
And that's just to shut it down so the blacks don't start coming on that side. But New Iberia City Park is getting just as worse as New Iberia West End Park. Nothing new about it.
Right.
Same old thing. And they'll be closing that because we gave the money to the little campsite over there at the new little facility for camping. They put a big old pool on our tax dollars.
Yeah.
But you couldn't put some change to keep the West End pool going on.
That's right. Well,
But it goes back to show you, your name makes the difference. And we got to pay it.
yes, tax paying citizen. Now, Kevin, I do know that March the 3rd at 6:00 p.m. at Iberia Parish Courthouse, there's going to be like a prayer vigil, a gathering of people, and we're going to try to it's going to be the 3rd year of the anniversary of the killing of Victor White
Victor
III.
White and everybody else that had got vandalized. It's not about just Victor White, it's about everybody that got disrespected or vandalized by.
Right.
And we go out to Victor White for losing his son behind us, but sometimes you got to lose somebody to gain something in the eyes of the people. And this is what it woke a lot of us up.
Yes.
That this is happening.
Yes, and of course that's the news article the New York Times done with Reverend White, the preacher and the sheriff, and Nathaniel Rich. He went in depth into the actual story from court proceedings, from everything that he needed to investigate.
He did his job right.
He did his job.
And what's so bad, he waved from New Orleans had to come report something that New Iberia should have been covering.
Yeah.
And that's what I keep saying, New Iberia doing the same old thing. So why should you be called New Iberia? Y'all reporters should have been there covering this. Y'all about 2 blocks away from the West End. They do have people on that side.
Yeah, they sure do. And here is a audio tape. I was trying to get this to be played, but this was like an article tape from the sheriff that was stating
the state troopers.
From the state troopers
saying that alcohol would be bad for this town.
Right. And
they wasn't lying.
And it wasn't lying. And they also say that, when you're in the office and you're in the room with him, he'll use blank this.
Nigga this, nigga that. I mean, alcohol was just somebody who didn't care about that word nigga. And people don't understand the word nigger is for every race. Everybody got ignorance, and to me, nigger is ignorance. Alco and his crew was niggas. So my thing is, we can use that, but the thing is, everybody don't understand the word directly. We got that in every race. That's what it was made for, but we was the one that was thrown at the most.
Yes, and of course, we are talking about corruption in the 16 JDC. I'm Sister Khadija, and you have Mr. Kevin, and of course, the telephone number is a live segment, is 337-366-8950. Now, Kevin, what do you see as us trying to heal from all of this corruption that's plaguing Iberia Parish?
But first of all, the sheriff department, the parish president, the mayor, they need to come and try to have a sit down and apologize for these officers that we was paying as citizens to disrespect us in our side of the town. None of these people came forward before. Don't send somebody black to represent you. We voted for you, not the people you sending. And have a sit down and access what we need to do with having better police relationships. They got a few good officers on there, but they're too afraid to talk because they might get cast out.
Right, and then you do know that in the record, he was saying that every time the officers done something bad, they got promoted.
Well, under his record, they
Right.
got promoted.
Right,
If you didn't do something bad, then you got demoted.
right.
And if you wanted to make a rank, you had to do something crazy for it. It was
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like getting sworn in a gang.
Yeah.
And this is what organized crime does. You got to
Yeah.
kill somebody for them to let you come in.
Yes.
And these guys kill some people and they let them in.
Yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, call right back. Not only that, but with, like you mentioned earlier, our tax-paying money. We are the ones that is bearing this type of
Financial burden on us because you're going up on our property tax and our property is depreciating every year when you send a adjuster out. So how are we paying for more taxes and you're not even giving us more value?
Right. And you know how that's like that. Caller, you have a question or comment for Mr. Kevin or myself?
Yes, ma'am. How y'all doing tonight?
Okay, and yourself, sir.
Look, I just want to make a little comment. You know, I'm not too close to the situation, but you know, when Sheriff Ackle was on trial, I was doing some work in New Iberia, and they had this elderly guy from New Iberia, and I said, well, man, you know, like, what y'all gonna do with the sheriff? So the guy looked at me said, man, that dude is mafia. So, you know, when I saw him go on trial, and they had about 15, however many people, said the guy was right there, and he witnessed all that.
Now don't just say people,
guy-
it was white
The
people
guy could walk away without being charged.
with nothing.
I'm like, man, maybe that guy was right. That dude got to be part of the mafia or something.
No,
you
he
know?
just had the right family, the Hikes.
Oh, okay. well,
Corruption, well, he Lebanese descent. And that's all run thick in that family right there, okay? So, I mean, when you got backup like that, yeah, you are in the mafia.
Okay, well, you know, he told me that, because, you know, like, if you and us three did something, and y'all two say I did it, I need not go in front of the job because I'm a dead duck, you know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
might as well take the plea they offer you.
Yeah, something got to be going on, and you know the way they treated that guy, Mr. White. You know, after they killed that man, son, or whatever happened. I mean, they said they killed him. I don't know what happened. So, but I'm saying, man, the way y'all treated that man after that man's son got killed in your custody. I mean, if I would be Mr. White, I think he's taking it real good. I would be very,
No,
very upset.
he got to put up with it. I mean, he's not taking it real good because nobody want to lose a child over somebody.
I understand that.
You know,
I understand
I mean,
what you're saying, but I'm just trying to make my point.
Oh, yeah.
When I see what they putting that man through after his son died in their custody, you know, and I just
Yeah, that's worse than the child.
Because, yeah, you know, because I'm not close to the situation and I kind of keep up what's going on, and I just want to reiterate what y'all talking about. That's the kind of the way I see it. That this guy got to be part of the mafia or something corrupt or something awful is going
You
on.
said corrupt. Corrupt
Yes,
is the word.
indeed. That's right.
Okay, well, y'all have a good night, and I thank y'all for letting me make my comment.
Yes,
All right.
thank you so much, sir. And he hit the nail right up on the head. You know, when you hear the talk, you know, you're like his arrogance. I mean, it does not make any sense. you know, and how you could equate us moving forward when you have this that's just
Keep throwing us back.
yeah.
And I keep saying to people who know something, and there's another thing too. The lady that was working for ACO who came out. That took courage. That took faith.
Courage. Yeah.
You know, she had my highest respect for doing something like that. You know, and then once he got out of this trouble, he fired her, and nothing was said. You know, and I'm like, well, because she told the truth, she gets fired.
That didn't make no sense.
And people didn't say nothing at all about it. And that's the thing. And she was white, not black. She was white.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like it happened to her, it can happen to y'all other people who watching these things go down and not saying nothing. Because when you give somebody like him too much power, he abuses it.
That's right. And she was at, she done all that she could possibly do.
Correct.
You know, because she was at the federal courthouse.
She was one of their best witnesses. Because he hadn't started having some of his guys to follow her and plant stuff on her.
Yes.
Trying to make a case. As a matter of fact, the last couple of months, she was getting paid for doing nothing on our tax dollars. Her job was to just show up to work. He didn't want her in the office by him at all, and he got all that approved. She was working in the next office and was doing nothing.
Yeah.
But we paying that out, and we always complaining about how bad the economy is. Yeah, it's going to get worse if we keep allowing these people to misuse the funds that they're taking from us. It's not coming out of their check, it's coming out of our checks.
And there's something that has to be said about when someone lose their livelihood the way she lost her livelihood by telling the truth. By telling the truth.
But nobody want to hear the truth today. It's like, lie to me, I'll feel much better. But you got to understand, once you hear one lie, you got to keep on hearing them for you to feel better, and you only get worse, not better. And people today, they know what's right, but they refuse to say something. Because a long time ago, we didn't have the rights we had, and we had people saying something. Got their life taken from them to say something.
Yes. And Kevin, I know also from all of these officers that took a guilty plea and everything, that they will be going to jail. And
I'm not even going to say they're going to be going to jail. They're going to probably make it look like jail term, and some judge going to suspend the jail term and give them parole or probation.
Okay.
Some kind of way to pay some back, so say, for the system, and the money they spend to try ACO. But they're going to be the ones, to me, and I respect them now for them coming out and tell the truth on their boss.
Right.
Who made them turn into animals.
Yeah. Who gave that approval.
That approval.
Yes, Carly, you have a question or comment for Mr. Kevin or myself?
Good evening, Khadijah.
Yes.
And
Kevin.
Brother Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look here. You guys are right on time and how y'all bringing out things as far as the way we are being treated with our tax dollars. You know, my mama Poso, she's dead today, but she always told us, a closed mouth never gets fed. You know, and I got another good one. You know, a closed Bible never gets read. Some people call themselves Christians, but guess what? They are scared to stand up like Christ did. Christ wasn't a weak man, or you could say a pussycat. Christ was a strong man, and if we're going to have to be believers in Christ, we better learn how to get strong and put some backbone in our backs and stop being so weak and go along to get along. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
The statement that you're making, you're throwing bricks in the graveyard. I just hope you hit a whole lot of them. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bless you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, back to the Christian and all these Bible studiers who read what the Bible say to do and do opposite of what the Bible say to do. Y'all just playing with yourselves. I mean, I'm not a person of the Bible. I'm not a Muslim. I'm a person of the people in belief. I got faith that we, as the people, can do better and not have to read a story about a story. All these stories came from a story back then that's doing the same thing, selecting few people to be selected as a king or a queen. We all kings and queens to me. And no matter what race you come from or how poor you are, you're still a human being. And that's the thing, we gotta stop making people think that because you're poor, you're gonna be nobody. No, some of the poorest people became the richest people. And I'm not just talking about with money, but in mind. And once you start believing in yourself, you don't need nobody to tell you who you are or what you belong to. I mean, I'm not into this here for politics. This is me. And I'm here to tell the truth about what I see. And it's going to offend a lot of people, oh well. But those people who get offended, they refuse to see the other side of a story.
And of course, again, we have a few minutes left. Kevin, if someone needed to get in touch with you, what number would you give for them to get in touch with you?
652-5952, area code 337. I'm on Anderson Street, 815 Anderson Street. You know, you have any question or problem you want to, I can do that. Or try to help you with your situation, one of the two.
Yes, yes. And of course, we want to thank everybody that came out with the petition, and we really appreciate that because it was really a community effort. You had people that was calling left and right. They're gonna hold it at their place this weekend. We had papers, and we just fell short.
But it don't end. It doesn't end. It keeps on going. This was just the start. I mean, we got 4 more years of this guy, and we got to keep him on track. And to tell you the truth, after the recall, he's afraid now. We done took some of his feathers off his back.
Okay.
And he know this, and he's under watch. And if y'all getting any problem with his system of his new police officers, I see he's been putting a lot of more black faces, but black faces don't mean better faces. But if you disrespecting the code of what you're supposed to be representing us for, then we gonna report you too.
Yeah, and you know that process with the reporting, Kevin. Even though you gotta go and fill out your police complaint, you gotta also make sure that the officer give you a copy with his signature of the police
and
complaint.
get his badge number and get everything you need.
You have
and
to
make you a copy to keep just in case they say they lost it in the file.
Oh, they're gonna lose it.
You got the copy. The day you brought it into the office.
Yeah, that's right. And trash can 22 like that. Well, we want to thank everybody for participating. We want to thank Mr. Kevin for all of his hard work that he's done in the community and continue to do. And of course, we want to thank our listening audience here at the Community Defender Talk Show. And you could give Kevin a telephone call. And what's your number?
815 Anderson would be the best. Come talk in person.
Caller, you have a quick question or comment?
Oh, I just have a comment, more of a statement.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I think as a people, we shouldn't be as concerned about the problems we have. We shouldn't ask for less problems. We need to have more skills to handle whatever comes our way because change is constant and problems are constant also. As long as we have this life, we're always going to have challenges. So we need to continue to increase our knowledge and work individually and not necessarily.
Work individually. Collectively is where you get more things. I'm not too sure exactly what he was trying to say, but
well, he's trying to say black folks don't do nothing. But I'm trying to tell you, let's do something.
No, we did work together.
Yeah, but that's he's trying to separate. I mean, you know, follow your own mind. If you see truth, go for it. No matter what your religion or your people tell you, go for it.
Caller?
Yes, it's Khadijah. Can
Yeah.
I get his number again?
Yes, 337
652-5952.
5952. All right, thank you.
Yes. And of course, we just have to just thank everybody, the callers. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all the callers. Kevin, maybe when you get a chance, we'll come back, and give like
update on everything because we're gonna follow this. I mean, we got 4 years of this, and hopefully within those 4, something he gonna do again gonna come out because I could see it coming because they still got a lot of people not saying what they really know.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right about that, my brother. And I sure hope you go well in your endeavors. And you know me, Sister Khadijah, I may not be out front, but I'm always there trying to support.
Yeah, that's the truth. And thank you so much for all that you do, Brother Wallace.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Talk to
indeed.
you later.
Yes, sir. And of course, we are out.
Real Talk TV is on the air.